Evening everybody. Today I want to talk about fasting. I've just come back from the gym. I'm out walking the little one in this beautiful evening. I just finished at the gym. Had a high intensity training session, and I came home and then I ate. In Buff Dad's Club terms, I would have lost or have lost points because I decided to have a burger. And I'll tell you what, I loved it. It was delicious and I would do it again. So why did I do that? Because I just came off of a 2.5 day, 2 3/4 day fast. So this morning I had breakfast at about 10:30. Went down to this local cafe with my wife and had some eggs, beans, hash browns, all done in an Indian style actually. It's an Indian cafe. But that was the first thing I'd eaten since Sunday at about 4:30 in the afternoon. And I had that about 10:30 on Wednesday morning. So that's 66 hours, if my maths is correct. Which sounds a lot, and probably is a lot. To a lot of you, that probably sounds like quite a shocking number. Usually when I tell people that, they're pretty surprised. But you can go a lot longer than you think you can without eating. Our ancestors, they wouldn't have had meals readily available, readily accessible every day. There would have been plenty of days where they didn't eat. And in the Middle Ages, if you had a bad harvest or you couldn't find a job, you didn't eat and you starved. That was normal. Today, we have this idea that not only do we eat every day, but we must have 3 meals a day. That's not true. We don't have to have 3 meals a day at all. There's no real reason for it. And the body does better with gaps in consumption. I'm not a big fan of the term intermittent fasting. People use it to describe skipping breakfast basically. But by that logic, technically, the second you've put down your fork after your last mouthful, you're now fasting. And then the second you pick it up again, you're now eating. I'm talking about longer periods of time. So this 2 3/4 day fast I just finished, not even that difficult. And I strongly encourage you to give it a go if you haven't tried it before. A couple of tips: you will need to drink a lot more than you think you will, because the number one ingredient in all of your food is water, meaning that a lot of the daily water intake that you get on a normal day comes from your food. If you're not eating food, you still need that water, so you've got to drink it. I drank pints and pints during the last few days. The second thing is, I would suggest adding small amounts of electrolytes to your drinks. Keep it salty, not disgustingly so, just we're talking very small amounts here, but enough to replenish the electrolytes. But that also takes away the headaches you might get, the kind of strain you might get from not having anything being onboarded. It eases the body's tension about experiencing that. The longest fast I ever did was 4.5 days, I believe. It was some years ago now. But my current mode of operation is to get 2 full days in a given week where I don't eat anything at all. This week I happen to back them. I may do the same next week. We'll see. So fasting, give it a go.